Okay, feeding my Brachy classy, the Mexican pink. Awesome. Really love the colors on these. Real beautiful black and pink highlights. You can see the pink around her carapace, like a ring, and the pink tipped legs and pink tipped hairs on the abdomen. Just real beautiful. Real pretty species. Awesome. Okay, this is my Brachypelma amelia female. She should be ready to eat. No, she gonna kick hairs at me. We'll drop a cricket in here and see. She's coming to look, checking out what's going on out here. She's a pretty big girl. It's about 5 inches, I guess. Yeah, that cricket's going in there. She may be in pre-molt. I'm surprised she's not eating. We'll leave that cricket for a little bit, but there she is. There's my amelia, my big amelia. You got a male. Maybe he'll make the feeding video if he tries to eat, but he's not hooked out yet, so we're not quite ready to breed yet. But there she is. The Brachypelma amelias are. I've seen them listed as far as common names under a few things. I called this one the Mexican painted leg because I like it. But I've also heard it called the Mexican red leg. And I mean, for its common name, I mean, that's why tarantula. But yeah, they're very beautiful, very docile, extremely docile tarantulas. As far as the Brachypelmas go, they're very timid. They're non-aggressive eater. A lot of the times they get intimidated by their food, so you got to make sure that their food's quite a bit smaller than they are, because they won't eat it. They're just very timid. A little bit of a hair kicker. This one is. My male isn't, though. He doesn't kick hairs at all. So a lot of that's you know, the personality of the tarantula you have. So, but yeah, a beautiful tarantula. Okay, this is my large female Pamphobedius antenaeus, the Peruvian steely blue. She's a pig. She eats all the time. And I can put 2 full-size dubia roaches in there and she'll eat them. She'll take them down. She's definitely a pig. But she's huge, you know. Needs the food, but a lot better health than when I first got her. I believe that this one was wild caught. I got her and the male, both large full adults, and in really poor shape, dehydrated, underfed. So I took them, you know, been bringing them back to health, and they're looking great. They're looking a lot better than they were. So very beautiful though. Okay, this is my male Brachy emilia. Yeah, he's got it. Alright, this one I haven't done a feeding video of before. This is my Grammostola ahiringi, the Intri Rios. Let's see if she's hungry. She's been a pretty good eater for me. I just haven't done a video of her. Usually hiding in her hide and waits till they come. Let's move this camera a little bit. Oh yeah, it's great attack. Now I say this one's a female, but I really don't know for sure. She is a little leggy, or it's a little leggy, so it could be male. But we got our fingers crossed that it's not. Great eater though, man. Real hardy eater. Kind of a pretty one. And it goes in the hide. That's usually where you find it. That's why we haven't done a video before. Alright. Okay, here's my male Brachypelma bomi, the Mexican fireleg. This species is probably the worst hair kickers out of the Brachypelmas in my opinion. Both of mine, my male and female, both kick hairs really bad. But the hairs don't really affect me. You know, they're not too bad. I don't get all itchy. When you get into the T sturmies and that thing kicks hairs, and I feel like I've rolled around in fiberglass. So, but they are a docile species. They can be handled carefully. You know, the female, my female's a lot more docile than this male is, but he can still be held. He just intimidates me. He's usually a lot more hard eater than he is being right now. He's usually a go-getter, but he'll get it. He's picking it up. There he goes. So, but they're a beautiful, beautiful species, docile, just a great tea to have. Okay, this is the canthus brocklehursti. Wow, I dropped that doobie. I wasn't even ready to drop it in there. Wow, she heard that from a ways away. Wasn't even ready to give it to her yet. She was ready to eat it though, that's for sure. Very beautiful. These guys are probably the biggest reason why, you know, one of the biggest confused teas, you know, between the A-Brocs and the A-Gens, and even the Nahondu chromatus, because they're all listed as either white knees or white bandeds or black and whites, and they got a whole sorts of names. But I go by the A-Broc. This species is the Brazilian white banded, and then the Anthoscuria giniculatas are the Brazilian giant white knees. You'll find different names for different ones on the common names, but those are the ones that I use. Seem to make the most sense. The way you can tell the difference between the Brocs and the Gens. Let me see if I can zoom in here a little bit while you're sitting there. A little fuzzy. Okay, you can see the thin line right there, the thin bands, and then two literally thin lines going down between bands on this first knee. The A-gens will have a really thick, it's a lot thicker band right there, and those are a lot thicker. These are a lot more thin. That's the easiest way. If you get them side by side, if you have one by yourself, like if you just bought one and didn't know what it is, it's kind of hard to tell. If you had one side by side, best thing is pull pictures up and you can tell the difference of the two. But that's my big female. Okay, this is my Hapalopus species Colombia. This is the large species of the pumpkin patch. This one's probably about 3.5 inches. We'll see if we can get her to eat. Kind of spooked her getting her down off the shelf, so. Ah, there she goes. She's got it. Okay. Real pretty markings on these. See if I can get her in the light. And if I can find her now. There she is. And they are a docile species. They're a little skittish. And they try to run and hide. But I've held this one several times, showing people pretty much that they can be held. They're fast, screaming fast, but especially when they're little. I don't hold them when they're little, too fast, too easy for them to get away, but when they get big, they're pretty calm. I mean, for the most part. They try and hide, but you can pick them up, and they're kind of fun. Cool. Okay, this is one of my Megaphobema robustums. The Colombian giant. He's just a juvie. Probably about 3 inches with leg span though. Got long legs. Really quick T. These guys hide and pretty skittish right now. Nice attack. So yeah, I haven't been doing feeding videos of him, but this one was out, so figured we would show him. See if we can get a good look at him. Right on. So another new one for the feeding video. We got a few of them out today, so hopefully we can get some good ones. A few new ones at least. Cool guys, thanks. So this guy climbing out is my Grammostola grossa. Let's see if I can feed her right here on the top. There she goes. That's a climbing T. For terrestrial, it's always on the side, it's always on the roof. It's trying to get out all the time. Really good eater though, really hard eater. Look at this water bowl, man. You just filled it with dirt. You have to pull that out and clean it out. Yep, doesn't ever pass up a meal though. Well, this is a rare treat. This is a blue fang. Don't normally get to see it out. It's probably because it's been almost 3 weeks since it's eaten last. It's pretty hungry. So we're gonna put a cricket in there and see if I can get her to come down and eat and not go out and have me catch her, because she is not friendly. She's not a nice girl. Cricket's thirsty. I'd like to get her out moving so you guys can see her colors. It's an overall brown tarantula, but they got like yellow bands on their legs, which it kind of looks cool, breaks up the brown, and then purplish to bluish fangs. So it's pretty cool. Kind of makes me a little nervous having the lid all the way off because she's kind of quick and she definitely has a nasty personality. When I first put her in this enclosure, she'd roll over on her back and strike in the middle of the air, trying to strike upward at me to get me. Maybe I can hand feed her. Never done it before, but we're gonna try. Oh yeah, she definitely didn't like that. Just sitting in the water bowl. I don't know if she got it or not. She's holding it. You can see the yellow bands on her legs. Yeah, she got the I got the cricket. She's holding it. She's halfway submerged in the water bowl though. Kind of woke her up, startled her. That's why you don't ever see her out. She usually runs back and hides, but she was sleeping. Snuck up on her. Yeah, so there's another one, new one for the feeding videos. Let me see if I can get her out of that water bowl because I need to add water before I put the cover on it. So let's get a straw. Let's see if we can coax her out of there. She's quick though. Come on, let's go, girl. Out of the water bowl. There you go. Yeah, she's got the cricket. Yeah, you can see how big she is now. She's starting to stretch out. She kind of looked tiny, all curled up, but she's pretty good size for a skeleton leg. Move this light and see if we can get some good light on her. We don't normally get to see her, so you can see right on her fangs how it's kind of purplish looking. Got a purplish color to them. And then the white bands on or not the white bands, but the yellow bands on her knuckles, on her knees. So pretty cool. I'm stoked that one was out. I'm glad everybody got to see her. You know, the babies on these, they're pink, almost a pink color. The slings, really cool looking. You know, I've got some little slings of them, and everybody wants them until I tell them when it gets old it's gonna be a feisty, mean. I mean, it's defensive. It's not mean. I mean, there's not many that I'd even define aggressive. You know, but definitely can't hold it. It's a look but don't touch. And they hide a ton. She's either, you know, they burrow. She's got a log hide. I'll show you her log hide. So this is her log hide that she's in all the time. And you hardly ever get to see her out like this. So she was just really hungry. She hadn't eaten for a while. Had to venture out and find some food. But cool, very stoked about that. Hope everybody enjoys this one. She doesn't make many videos, that's for sure. So right on, we'll let her eat and go to another one. Cool, guys. Okay, here's my adult female Apelpelma albistratum, the Thai zebra. Oh, yeah, a little bit hungry. You know, this is a burrowing spider. As slings, they burrow a ton. Hardly ever get to see them as slings. When they get older, though, you know, I provide a hide like that, and plenty of substrate if they want to burrow. But you know, she doesn't. My adults haven't. They've used the hide provided. You can see she's webbed the whole ground. The whole floor is covered in web, including the water bowl. And she's out a ton. Always out in the open. So my other one's not so much, but this one is. And then, like I said, the slings you hardly ever get to see them. But very pretty. Okay, here's my Brachypelma smithii female. The Mexican red knee. Give my dubia roach if I can get the roach off the tweezers. He doesn't want to though. Come on, roach. There he goes. A good meal for her. Alright, cool. Okay, here's one of my Brachypelma vagans. This is the one I bred and got an egg sac from. Let's see if she's hungry. She molted soon after she laid her egg sac. And she hasn't eaten since, so she should be hungry. Give her a... Oh yeah, here she comes. Yeah, I'm gonna have to give her a couple more crickets, but we'll start her off on one to get a video, and then we'll go get a couple more. Let me scare this cricket toward her. Wow, jeez, she's really hungry. She's impatient. There she goes. Alright, cool. Yeah, she gave me 619 babies. Alright, well I'm going to go catch a few more crickets, dump them in there, and we'll move on. Alright, here's my beautiful skeleton leg female. You guys saw her. I did the breeding video of her, the pairing. She did really well. We're going to get her some food. We're not done pairing her up. I've done it twice. I'd like to get her paired up one more time. So we'll do probably another one tonight, maybe early in the morning. So I want to get her fed. We're going to give her a pretty good sized dubia there. Of course it needs to move. I don't like sticking my tweezers over to make these guys move because I always jump, because these skeleton legs, man, they're fast. When they want something, when they want to move, they can. I've never had one try to get out of the enclosures. You know, they web up the ground and around their hides, and that's home to them. So when they get startled or the lids come off the enclosures, they bunker down in there. You know, they try to hide in their enclosure. I've never had one try to jump out and come out of it. There we go. Little flip, and she's got it. Oh yeah, she's tearing into that. Ugh. Gross. Well, good. We'll get her fed. We'll get my buddy's female fed, and try to pair them up with the male again. Okay, this is my Aphonopelma chalcodes. So he attacked the cricket, but didn't get it. That was really fast. Let's see if I can get him to go after it again. Yeah, this is the Arizona blonde, the chalcodes. Yeah, cricket's like, I ain't getting around that thing. It's all over the place. You just can't catch it. It's a fast cricket. Ah, there we go. I got it. Real docile species, extremely docile. They're a great beginner's tea. I can't feed them dubia roaches though, they won't eat them. Only will eat crickets. So, alright. Okay, this is my canthus geniculata. The Brazilian giant white knee. Let's see if I can drop a roach in there by him. Ah, I got it. And this is just a little guy. I'm gonna zoom in a little bit, and you can tell. I was talking about the Brach, and you can see how thick even on this little guy. This is a juvie, a little over about 3 inches maybe. But you can see how the bands are a lot more thick and prominent on the A-gen. So, I was describing on the Brach how the Brachs are thin banded, and the A-gens are a lot more thick. So when it gets bigger, you'll be able to tell. I'll put them side by side, and you can see the difference. But that's how you tell the difference of the two. Okay, here's my big 7-inch T Sturmy, the burgundy Goliath bird eater. I'm sure it's hungry. Give him a dubia. Oh yeah.